brought back 3 guilty verdicts in the so-called death ray case. Glendon Scott Crawford is accused of trying to build a radiation device prosecutors said he wanted to use to harm or kill other people. His targets included the governor's mansion, local mosques, and an Islamic school. Tori Wells is live outside the Federal Courthouse in Albany with the very latest.
It took the jury just a matter of hours to find Crawford guilty on all 3 charges against him, and tonight he faces decades in prison.
Glendon Scott Crawford was a terrorist.
U.S. Attorney Richard Hartunian didn't mince words outside the Federal Courthouse, not long after a jury found Glendon Scott Crawford guilty of attempting to acquire and use a radiological device, conspiring to use a weapon of mass destruction, and distributing information with respect to a weapon of mass destruction.
The plot was real here. No matter how extraordinary the plot seemed, the threat was real.
Crawford's plan, revealed through a series of audio and video recordings played in court, was to modify an industrial-strength X-ray machine, place it in a box truck, park it near a target, and walk away, starting it with a remote starter device, poisoning people with radiation. Those recordings were taken by the government as Crawford interacted with undercover agents he believed to be partners supplying him with the X-ray machine.
It's not something that we hear about all the time, but we have to be mindful of all kinds of threats. You know, terrorists are thinking outside the box. We have to do so as well.
In court today, the defense didn't argue that Crawford's beliefs are hard to stomach, but he told jurors that if Crawford was guilty of anything, it's sharing his ideas. He says the government, not his client, produced the X-ray device and persuaded his client to take action. And the government says this device was never up and running, but they did have experts testify that if this had gone as Crawford planned, there was a potential that people could have been hurt with this. Again, he will be sentenced in December and faces decades, the possibility of decades in prison. After court here, his wife did not want to speak with us. We are live in Albany. Tori Wells, CBS 6 News.